For a while, it seemed like we might not get it at all, but Legendary Duelist Season 3 is now officially confirmed with a launch date, and we have a full set spoiler, so let's jump into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out the video, and obviously based on the title and the intro, we're going to talk about Legendary Duelist Season 3. We pretty much have a full spoiler put together thanks to Duel Daddy. You can check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can see the name down there below. It is really cool that there are people or groups or whatever you want to call it who go through and put this stuff together. It makes it a lot easier to do like a comprehensive video talking about it, and so yeah, I do appreciate the fact that that is there. So if you guys do enjoy the channel and the conversation, please hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Comments are huge. They do increase the interaction on the channel, and I like to interact with people and kind of get your thoughts too, so it's a win-win. But Legendary Duelist Season 3 officially releases on July 20th. It was pushed back a bit, but that'll be the OTS release date, and then it'll be mass release 2 days later. I personally have been really excited for this product, specifically because it's got a lot of good reprints, and I do think these Legendary Duelist sets as a whole have aged well. This is the third one, or the fourth if you count Hidden Arsenal, but it definitely doesn't fall under Legendary Duelist and was overall a bit of a disappointment. This one has a lot of cards that were really pricey and definitely needed reprints, and I'm happy to see that they hit the mark on that for the most part. But another thing to note is that sometimes with these reprint sets, especially with the last one with Season 2, they did put some cards in there that were not originally in Legendary Duelist packs but needed reprints. In the Kaiba one, you had cards like Sage with Eyes of Blue and Harpy Channeler and things of that nature. So overall, just good to see those reprints, and that's kind of what we're looking for here. Now, we knew there would be Jaden, Yugi, and Yusei. That obviously means this has just a lot of potential to age well as a product overall, because those are three of the most popular characters, and I just do think this is going to end up being a solid product, even if it does bottom out when it initially releases. Now, we'll have dice. I don't know what the dice look like yet, but I'm pretty excited, and I hope there's a Dark Magician one, because I'm a big fan of these dice. And it's going to have 1 Secret Rare, 6 Ultras, and 30 Commons per box. It's like a special edition mini box. $16 MSRP. I think that's standard. I believe it might have been $1 less, but with the increases, it's not super shocking. 2 Standard Ultras, 2 Red Ultras, and 2 Blue Ultras per box, which means 1 of each per pack. The Red Ultras are probably going to look better than the green and purple. Not a huge fan of the colored Ultras, but hopefully it will make some of the cards less expensive. Now, jumping into the actual set, I'm not going to, go through everything. You guys can kind of see what's on screen, but I'll hit on some of the noteworthy ones. The first thing that really comes to mind here is, of course, SANGAN getting an ultra rare print in here, which is just really cool. The only ultra rare SANGAN print that existed prior to this was from Turbo Pack. It was very old and very pricey. I know SANGAN doesn't see a ton of play anymore, but it's nice that this is actually going to be getting a reprint in here with a foil bump, especially if you play older formats and didn't want to shell out what's become a lot of money for some of those older SANGAN prints. Dark Necrofear is an ultra rare, a bit questionable. I think this card is pretty cheap overall and was an ultra rare in Legendary Collection Yugi's World as a promo, so they were pretty affordable if you wanted one for collection purposes, and if you don't, then obviously the OG rarity was ultra. But you know they're not all going to be hits, so that's fine. We've got Guernie as an ultra, which I'm just not a fan of. I mean, this used to be a tournament pack card initially, or no, it was champion pack, sorry, and then it got reprinted as a common. I see zero reason for this card to be in here. It's a zombie, I guess. I'm a little bit salty because I think that could have easily been Necroface's spot. Necroface as an ultra would have been really, really cool, and of course, Necroface only has 2 foil printings, one as a super from Crimson Crisis, and one as a secret from Gladiator's Assault, which is known for being quite literally one of the hardest secret rares to pull. So yeah, I would have liked to see Necroface get a foil bump here. I think that would have been kind of cool, but, whatever. I'm not going to complain too much because some of these are pretty solid. Archfiend Empress is an ultra rare. This card actually was weirdly expensive because it's only been in like 1 set, which was Starstrike Blast. So I have no problem with them throwing it in here as a reprint. I mean, Archfiends are cool conceptually, but I've never really done anything, so I guess that's fine. Archfiend Harris, which is like the searcher for the deck, is also a cool card that would have made a nice foil upgrade, but I digress. There's really no reason to do that for them, so I get it. It doesn't sell much. Cursed Necrofear as a secret rare is pretty obvious. That's going to be one of the promos. That card was spiking. It was like 65 bucks last week, 55, 65. It's obviously going to fall out now that it's confirmed for reprint. I mean, it was pretty likely that it was going to be, but here we are. Everything else here, common, is nice. I would have loved a secret rare Allure of Darkness as a promo in this. That would have been so nice. I just think that card would look awesome as a secret, and it's one of the few we haven't gotten yet. But looking down a little bit, we've got a few of the evil heroes. We've got Infernal, what is it, Infernal Prodigy, I think, as an Ultra. That's decent, I guess. Captain Gold, or Dusted Gold, is a great reprint. A double dip on this card is huge because it is really good and is a solid card that was extremely hard to get out of the original Legendary Duelist set, and the Brothers of Legend secret was holding around 10. This should really bring it down to the point where this ultra rare is affordable, so I'm really, really happy about it. Sinister Necron was pretty cheap, but had started to go up a little, so it's cool. Malicious Bane, another one that's like really good to see this get a double dip reprint. It's a really good hero card, one of the best cards in the modern hero strategy, so no complaints there. Lightning Golem is kind of cool. That's an old card. I mean, if you haven't played the game in a long time, you may not even be familiar with it. I think the last time this card was reprinted was in Legendary Collection, GX, but I'm not even 100% sure if it was in there. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it was, but I don't know for sure. Either way, cool to see that get a reprint. No harm, no foul there again. Same with Wild Cyclone and Inferno Wing. It makes sense. I mean, you're going to put some filler cards in here. Now, let's talk about my first complaint. Why the fuck did Dark Calling not get a foil upgrade in here? There was zero reason. This card has no foil printings. It has a rare and multiple commons, no foils. And just looking at some of the foils across the board here, there's no reason this could not have been a foil. Dark Fusion does not really see play, and that already has a foil from Legendary Collection GX, so, like, what the fuck? Like, it would have been really nice if we could have gotten Dark Calling as a foil in here. I'm a little salty about it, but I guess we'll have to hope that maybe it'll get, like, an OTS Super or something at some point, because it definitely deserves it. Earthbound Immortal is pretty cool. See Asilipisu, I can't pronounce the names, don't judge me for that. Get a reprint, as well as the rest of them in here. Some of them were scarce. Kapakapu, fuck you want to pronounce that one, was also in the Legendary Duelist pack, so that one had already been pretty cheap, but these will be, you know, now, if you just want to have them for whatever reason and don't have the secrets or the OG ultis, which are some of the nicest cards I've seen in quite some time, you'll have the opportunity to get them here. Same with Earthbound Linewalker getting a reprint. That was an old secret rare, and it does seem cool. And I think that's Earthbound Linewalker, that ultra in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm not sure. Probably irrelevant. I think it was dirt cheap before. The Dawnwalker, Ascator, and of course Supay are both getting reprints. Ascator is an ultra and Supay is not, which is interesting. But I guess, you know, space does play a part. Some of the Synchron decks are definitely utilizing this card. It spiked a lot, and it was sitting around 13 to 15 bucks as a whole. So, you know, not a bad reprint, and obviously nice to have it as a foil if you want it. I do think that one was seeing more play, so it's definitely not something I'm going to complain about. Skipping ahead, randomly get Chaos number 15, I think that is. No, it's, I don't remember the Chaos number. It's the Strings one. Is it 87, 68? I don't fucking know. It's one of the numbers. The Gimmick Puppet in the second row. That's pretty cool, I guess. It was a premium gold rare, so, like, neat. I figured they'd throw some of the Gimmick Puppet cards in here. A few of the Predaplant cards. Those were obviously super pricey. You see Chimera Felicia getting an Ultra reprint. This was only in Fusion Enforcers and was decently high up there, so it's a good hit. And we'll make that more affordable for Predaplant players. Starving Venom as a common is going to be great. That's a card that's been like $2 to $3 for every copy or more, and so it's not like a budget common, so to speak. And yeah, it's a pretty good reprint. The Predaplant Fusion that requires 3 monsters on the field is a huge reprint. That card was super pricey for a bit. Now that it's getting reprinted, it has fallen out. Practice as an Ultra. This card spiked to like 75 a couple weeks ago before the YCS. Actually had some, and I sold them when they went up. I sold them for about 25, and then they went up even more than that. And I was kicking myself, but I'm glad I got 25 for them because I did sort of expect that a reprint was basically inevitable. Dark Magician Girl and Chaos Command Magician. I didn't think we needed another DMG reprint as an Ultra. I think there's other things that could have used that slot, but so be it, I guess. People are going to like it. You know, I guess maybe the red letter one will look kind of cool. Chaos Command Magician is fine. Apprentice Illusion Magician as an Ultra again. I would have liked to see that as a common. Card's just never been super affordable, and it's like a niche card for Dark Magician. Magician Souls is huge. This is just a regular Ultra in the set, and assuming it's not short printed, it should finally fall to an affordable price for everyone, which is great. Magician of Chaos is another solid reprint from Dual Power. Doesn't see a ton of play, but it's good enough. Ebon Illusion Magician as an Ultra is another big one. This was a super rare in Shining Victories and a Jump promo, Shining Victories Special Edition and a Jump promo, and both copies were very, very high, so that's a great reprint, and a card I kind of forgot about and thought they forgot about, but good to see they didn't. Dark Magic Circle as an Ultra is a nice upgrade for that. I don't think it has an Ultra print, but it might have from one of the legendary decks, so I'm not sure. Soul Servant as a secret rare is great. I think all the secrets were great choices. They all look really nice. No complaints there. Magician's Combination as an Ultra, I guess you can get the colored ones if that's what you're interested in. And then on the last page, of course, the biggest news for me as someone who's building Hero to get back into the game, really happy to see Liquid Soldier and Sunrise both get reprinted and both as secret rare promos, which means they should be relatively affordable. H Heated Heart and the package there, I guess it's been a while since some of those have been printed, so E-Call should definitely bottom out, not a bad reprint. Quick Draw Synchron as an Ultra is kind of cool, and Junk Converter, another really good card that is just nice to have accessibly. Satellite Warrior and Tuning, a foil tuning if you want one and don't particularly like the super that warps a ton. You're going to be happy to have that, I think. And the rest of this stuff here, the Performapal Magician as an Ultra is technically a foil upgrade, so that's kind of cool. Would have been nice to see Popper Up, the Performapal spell, get a foil because it is a good card that has potential in the future. And then we did get the retrains of some of the monsters like Mystical Elf, Kaiser Glider, Guilty of the Dark Knight, and Harpy's Pet Dragon as secret rares. So overall, I actually think this is a really solid product. It's not incredible. I'm not saying go out and buy like a ton of cases, but like I think it's going to do a lot of good things for the prices of individual cards to really bring them down and make things more affordable, which is awesome. I have my complaints with things like Necroface and a few others not getting foils, with other cards like Guernie and Dark Magician and Dark Necrophier getting foils. I mean, these cards have been printed so many times, but I understand wanting to sell the set using nostalgia, and I think this does hit a nice mix of both while having a few real chase cards like the Evil Hero stuff, like Liquid Soldier, like the foil SANGAN, which might be kind of an underrated card to look at in the future, and of course things like Magician's Souls and Ebon Illusion Magician and Soul Servant will move this along. So what do you guys think? I think this is a really good product. I think it's going to be the best Legendary Duelist product so far. I'm excited for the dice as well, and hopefully we get to see some pull rates where none of this is going to be crazy. This is all sort of like not 100% confirmed yet. The people who made this pulled it together from sources all over the place, and it does seem like everything is legit. I have confirmed and seen Magician's Souls, Liquid Soldier, those like noteworthy cards, so I'm inclined to believe this is all legit, but take that with a grain of salt. It could obviously change up until the actual release. That being said, though, this is going to wrap this video. Let me know what you guys think of Legendary Duelist Season 3. Are you excited? Do you have disappointments? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.